Hi all, Miss O here. I'm sitting in our big red comfy chair in classroom, and I'm going to read you a nonfiction book called From Tadpole to Frog. We had just gotten some new tadpoles in our classroom right before we all left, and I wanted to tell you a little bit more about them. I'm taking care of them at home right now, and I promise I'll give you updates as soon as they start growing legs and turn into frogs. But let's find out how that all happens. Maybe you could even write an all about book about it, or some facts that you learned from this book afterwards. So, in the spring, you may see frog eggs in a pond. I've seen those. As a kid, I used to always go to the pond and collect them and put them in a tank like we have. Each egg looks like a ball of clear jelly with a dark circle. A clump of frog eggs is called frog spawn. Oh, that's a key word. That's why it's extra bolded like that. Frog spawn is a clump of frog eggs. Inside the eggs, tiny tadpoles are growing. At first, they look like small, dark specks. In a few days, a little head and tail take shape. Soon, the tadpoles wiggle out of their eggs. So this is what happened before we got our tadpoles. Gills on the outside of a tadpole's body help it breathe underwater. Gills, there's another key word. And there's a diagram showing us where the gills are. After eating the jelly of its eggs, the tadpole has grown. The tadpole's strong tail helps it swim. Tadpoles eat until they are big. They do not look like frogs yet. Soon the tadpole has grown 2 hind legs, and the tadpole's gills have moved inside its body. Oh, there's its hind legs. Another key word. Lungs, keyword, are beginning to form inside the tadpole's body too. Oh, we have lungs that helps us breathe. Now and then it puts its head above the water to take a breath. As a tadpole's lungs grow stronger, its gills shrink away. 2 front legs grow where its gills once were. Soon, the tadpole's mouth has become wider. The tadpole starts to eat small bugs when it's hungry. So maybe it starts changing what it's eating. For a few more weeks, the tadpole's tail shrinks. Now the tadpole's strong legs and webbed feet help it swim. There's its webbed feet. Remember, we've talked about webbed when there's skin between each part. The tadpole has changed into a small frog. The frog spends some of its time on land and some time in water. So it can go to both. The little frog catches bugs and worms in its wide mouth. After a few years, the frog is fully grown. It takes a while for it to grow all the way. Every spring, there will be new frog eggs in the pond. Oh, and here's the glossary. There's all our key words. Gills, hind legs, lungs, spawn, tadpoles, webbed feet. Can you draw a picture of the life cycle of a frog? Starting off with eggs, going into tadpole state, growing legs, and becoming a full-grown frog. That would be awesome. Now I have a book all about frogs. This is another nonfiction book, and what I like about this book is that it has a table of contents. Not all nonfiction books have one, but this one does. So I can go to just the pages I want to read. But they all look pretty interesting. Splash, page 4. Croak, page 8. Frog food, page 12. Every size and color, page 16. Watch out, page 20. Frog babies, page 24. Toads are frogs too, page 28. Super frogs, page 30. And then a picture glossary. Sometimes I like to turn to the glossary first and see what kind of keywords are going to be in here. Croak, the deep, hoarse noise that a frog makes. Gills, the body parts on the sides of the fish or tadpoles through which it breathes, just like in the other book. Habitat, the natural place where a plant or animal lives. Poison, something that can kill or hurt living things. Nice. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. Splash. Question, what happened to the frog's car when it broke down? Answer, it got towed. I love these books with jokes in them. Splish splash, what is that sound? What is hopping and jumping around? What loves to swim? What loves to eat bugs? It's a frog. Can you hop like a frog? Pause this video and croak and hop like a frog. All right, frogs live all over the world except Antarctica. It's too cold there. Frogs usually live in wet places. They like rivers, lakes, and ponds. Ribbit, habitat is the natural place where a plant or animal lives. We learned a song about habitat. But some frogs live in trees. Some even live in the desert. Frogs can be found all over the world. Wherever they live, that's their habitat. Croak. Look at this frog croaking. Some frogs' throats puff up when they make sounds. Each type of frog makes its own sound. Ribbit, croak, the deep hoarse noise that a frog makes. The coqui frog is named after the sound it makes. It sounds like coqui. This frog is the size of a quarter. Even small frogs can make loud noises. Frogs make different sounds for different reasons. Sometimes it's to warn other frogs of danger, and sometimes it's to call to frogs nearby. Have you ever heard a frog croak? This is called the dancing frog. This frog lives around noisy waterfalls. Other frogs would not be able to hear its call, so it dances instead. It sticks out one leg and then the other. Can you dance like this frog? Pause the video and do a little dance. Great. Now, do you remember our waterfall breath? Frog food. What is a frog's favorite food? Usually it's insects. Frogs eat dragonflies and crickets and other bugs. Why are frogs so happy? They eat what bugs them. Get it? Bugs bug them. Some frogs eat bigger animals like worms and mice. The American bullfrog even eats other frogs. What's that pink flash? It's how a frog catches bugs. It shoots out its long, sticky tongue at a passing bug. The frog pulls the bug into its mouth. This is a ruler. They're measuring how long its tongue can go. If your tongue were as long as a frog's, it would reach to your belly button. Can you measure how many inches or centimeters it is from your tongue to your belly button? What else can you measure at home? Do you have a ruler like this? Every size and color. Frogs can be many different sizes. The smallest frog is as big as a fingernail. Oh my gosh. The largest is as big as a rabbit. That's a big one. Frogs can be different colors too. Some are green or brown. Others have stripes or spots. This is called the tiger striped leaf frog, the Amazonian poison dart frog. Frogs can be red, yellow, or orange. Red poison dart frog, blue poison dart frog. They can even be bright blue. It almost looks fake, doesn't it? Watch out! These colorful frogs may look pretty, but watch out. These frogs have poison in their skin. Their bright color warns enemies not to eat them. Here's a poison dart frog. Ribbit. Poison is something that can kill or hurt living things. This is a great thing you can do with keywords in your book, is just put a little text box on the side to tell us what it means. Poison dart frog, yellow banded poison dart frog. This little frog is only an inch long. Its name is Terribilis, which means the terrible one. How did it get this name? By being the most deadly frog of all. One Terribilis has enough poison to kill 20,000 mice. Wow, it's hard to believe. What do stylish frogs wear? Jumpsuits. Frog babies. Red-eyed tree frog eggs. All frogs, even the Terribilis, have mothers. Mother frogs lay eggs. When the eggs are ready, out pop the tadpoles. Tadpoles are baby frogs, but they don't look like frogs yet. Tadpoles have tails. They live only in water, just like ours. Tadpoles grow up to be frogs. At first, they breathe underwater with gills. 2, they grow lungs for breathing air. 3, they grow legs for hopping and swimming. And 4, in 3 months, they lose their tails. It's time to hop out of the water. Toads are frogs too. What's the difference between toads and frogs? Well, toads are moist and smooth. Some frogs are poisonous. The teeth are in the upper jaw. The eggs later are laid in clusters or groups. And long, powerful jumping legs. Most frogs have webbed hind feet. Toads are a type of frog. Frogs spend most of their lives around water. Toads spend more time on dry land. Their bodies are built for where they live. No teeth, eggs laid in long chains, but a few toads give birth to live young. Shorter legs for walking, dry and bumpy, and eyes do not bulge out from the body. A poison gland is located behind each eye, and no teeth. Super frogs! A fake face fools enemies when this frog turns around. Two-faced faker. 2 heads are better than 1. Wow, it really does look like it has a head on the back because it has fake eyes right there. The high flyer. Any frog can jump, but watch me glide. It's a gliding leaf frog. Whoosh! It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a gliding leaf frog. The screamer. Aye! Loudmouth frog leaves enemies stunned. The invisible. Now you see him, now you don't. He's a master of disguise. Oh, he must camouflage really well. And there's our glossary. Did we read this whole book? Hooray! Do the happy frog dance to celebrate. 1, hop, 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 croak, croak. Kick your right leg out, kick your left leg out, stick out your tongue and have a bite to eat. Hop, hop, splash. Very nice. Thank you for reading these 2 books with me today. I promise I'll keep you updated on our tadpoles. I can't wait to see them grow into frogs. So far they haven't grown any legs or they haven't changed since you saw them last, but I promise I will keep you updated. And if you can right now, write a few facts or say a few facts that you've learned and draw a picture of a frog and the frog life cycle. Or write an all about book about frogs. Thanks so much, kindergartners. You're doing great and looking forward to chatting with you on Zoom soon. All right, bye.